How's it going, you guys? We're back again with another video. Today's video is on our review of Kauai Beach House Hostel in Kauai. And we're gonna give you guys our overall rating based on charm, vibes, location, accommodations, and see how it scores up for our first hostel review. So let's roll the footage. Kauai Beach House. House Hostel. Alright, so we just made it to the hostel. Gonna go inside and check in. Woo! We're just checking in.
Okay. You're here for a week. I got a shared bed on our back patio. Awesome. You're gonna love it. This song does not play on loop, by the way. Right here, I forgot to bring the rest of the sheets, but this is where you're at for the week. You wake up with the sunrise. It's pretty awesome. There's actually the other people out here are volunteers. We kind of all for astrologer who gets to be out here. We are completely booked, so we will actually be putting for a few nights. These are 3 beds that we're going to put out here. We set them up at like 9 p.m. and usually pull them up by around 9 a.m.
Okay.
So there'll be some more people out here too. So here's our back door. It closes at 10 p.m. reopens at 7 a.m.
Okay.
Same hours as our front door, but I'll show you a side door during the tour where you can access after hours. Okay. There's a hose right down here. If you come in and you're muddy or sandy, you can wash your feet, your gear, your shoes, all that good stuff. And I'll show you where the drying rack is for everything that's wet. For parking, where you park now?
We just
right in front.
Okay, that's good. So there's only 3 spots to park, and sometimes it gets a little bit hairy back here. So these 5 spots here are ours.
Okay.
Also, if that's full, you can park along those rocks parallel. Stroll instead of driving.
That walk.
That
okay, cool.
path is great.
What room is this?
This is called Kings.
Oh, okay.
So your closest bathroom is going to be at the end on the left. It also has a shower.
Okay, cool.
If there's anything you want to lock up in our storage, most people, if they have a car, they keep it in their trunk, whatever they have, but this will be open the same time as the front desk. The receptionist has the key, 7 a.m. till 10 p.m.
Okay. How safe do you think the locking stuff up in the car is?
It's fine.
Yeah?
I would put it in I put everything in the trunk, but I've never really heard of anything, but it's always good to be cautious, especially when you're on vacation. If you decide to store anything, we have tape in certain places around the hostel. I'll show you. You write your last name and checkout date. And and then we'll get the bag for you. Okay, cool. We do have some lockers, but I think they're starting to disappear. We're so full. There's 2 small lockers right there, it looks like. So if you decide you want to lock something up, we sell locks if you need them. And you would just put your last name and checkout date on the locker. But car, to be honest, that's what most people choose. Okay. There's 3 more bathrooms and showers down this hallway. There's a half bathroom right there, a toilet. Okay. So all the lights are down and the doors all close by 10 p.m. Okay. We try to get to it as close as possible. It's been so busy, so it gets a little hectic at the end. I think last night was 10:15, but so all these couches are actually going to turn into beds because we're full.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So there'll be people sleeping out here tonight?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just keep getting calls and calls and calls and we've been booked for weeks. So here's our drying area. There is tape and a marker to write your last name, check out date, just like this person did here. Okay. Anything that you hang up. So that guest, so that we have enough time to clean between 9:30 and 10. If there's something you think you might want after 9:30, this guest fridge, there's 2 guest fridges, would be where you keep something. It's a little full right now.
I just got a tour of the hostel and it looks really cool. I love hostel vibes. And then this is our bed. So part of the hostel that we didn't film was there was like an upstairs room. There was I think 2 other dorms upstairs, and on the very top of the whole hostel they had a really big patio, which was really cool, and another room I think up there and another bathroom, so that was pretty cool. But as far as location, what would you rate it? 1 star or 5 stars, like 1 out of 5? Location wise? 3. 3. Okay. Yeah, I would rate it about a 3.5. It's pretty central. It's pretty central in the island, as far as Kauai has kind of like a U-shaped highway, and it's located in Kapa'a. All right, next we have vibes. Overall vibes. What would you rate it?
4.
4. Okay. Yeah, so I would rate it, I think, as far as vibes go, I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5. I think the girl at the front desk, I never caught her name, her and Brian are doing an awesome job. Brian really has the whole aloha vibe, and he really made us feel welcome, especially when I was calling to check in on my reservations and making them all the way from California. He really, he just had the good vibes, and so did the girl that you guys saw in the video.
And the rest of the people staying there.
Yeah, and the rest of the people were pretty cool too.
No weird vibes, everyone was friendly and having a good time, and yeah, so that's why.
Yeah, and people were really respectful, I felt like. And part of it is like people go to bed, or there's like a lights out rule at 10 p.m. and that was really cool. At first wasn't too sure what to think about it, but in the end, because we stayed there for a week, it felt like we were like in summer camp again, because lights were out and like everyone was in their beds at 10 p.m. Everyone was like ready for bed. It was kind of funny, because I think in Kauai you're out all day exploring and hiking that you're pretty much exhausted, and Kapa'a is not a party town. Like pretty much all the bars and places,
sleepy little town.
Yeah, it's a sleepy town. All of Kauai really is a sleepy island.
Yeah, there's not much to do past 10 o'clock anyway, so no restaurants really open, no bars, so yeah, it's quiet time. Overall, the whole little town of Kapa'a is nice and sleepy at 10 o'clock, so the hostel reflected that.
And I did notice that people who did want to stay up and socialize, there was, they would kind of go out to the beach, and as you guys saw in the footage, the hostel is like right there on the beach. There's this beautiful like grassy lawn that separates the ocean from the hostel, so people would just sit out there, and I'd see them playing their guitars and talking and stuff like that, even hula hooping. So
there was a little lounge too in the front area of the hostel.
That's right. Okay, that area where we first walked in, it's kind of blocked off from the rest of the hostel, I think, so that people can sleep in that middle couch area. So people who did want to stay up past 10 p.m. and talk and party or whatever, they were able to be in that very front area of the whole hostel. But we never hung out because we were tired and we were out hiking like every single day.
We were getting up at like 5 in the morning every day. So.
Yeah, 5 a.m. wake up calls. All right, so accommodations, what would you rate it?
This left some room for improvement. I would say like a 2, yeah, probably like a 2-ish, a little outdated. Bathroom's a little run down. But I mean, everything was functional. It's, you know, we didn't hang out at the hostel too much. It's just pretty much to, you know, shower, use the bathroom, go to sleep, and you know, we didn't even use the kitchen area the whole time we stayed there, which
I'm surprised about.
Yeah, you know, because I usually like to cook and stuff, but in hindsight, that probably would have been better to utilize the kitchen, because it was a decent kitchen area. It was just the bathrooms that were, you know, we kind of found the ones that were more recently updated or a little bit nicer, but there was a couple, like the first one that we like used in the downstairs area was probably the oldest and most decrepit bathroom. So that kind of
because I liked the vibe so much. It really like pains me to say anything, but the accommodations for me were, it was like, you know, I mean, as far as a hostel, it was like a 3.
That's pretty gracious, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the sleeping arrangement was like the most interesting thing for me, because they really packed them in there. But then it balanced out because everyone went to sleep. You could like literally sleep like a baby all night long, except for 1 or 2 nights when there was a snoring person sleeping next to me.
And it wasn't me.
It wasn't him. So that was really interesting. I kind of was like fascinated by how they just crammed them in there. And then the bathrooms, of course. So my favorite bathroom was behind the reception area. There's like 3 bathrooms in an area. And I didn't find it until like the 2nd or 3rd day. You kind of like don't know like if you go back there or whatever, but I saw people waiting in line. And that was my favorite bathroom of the whole place, so.
Yeah.
It's a secret bathroom. Insider tip right there.
There's one upstairs too that I found that was pretty decent, but yeah, the downstairs ones behind the reception desk were like the most recently updated and best shower and toilet situation. So if you ever check it out, go to those ones first.
Yeah. All right. Up next and the last one is we got Charm. What would you rate it on the Charm?
Yeah, probably like a 4-ish overall. Charm, because you know, it's a nice overall. The building is you know, it's, you know, got that nice outdoor patio area. The patio area where we slept had the beautiful view, the sunrise, and open air. Granted, the weather was really nice. I bet if it was rainy season or something, it probably wouldn't be as pleasant, but we lucked out with great weather, so sleeping out in the open air patio was really nice. And yeah, like everyone, you know, the staff, the other guests, everyone was friendly and good vibes, so that added to the charm. And it was just, I'd give it like a 3.5, 4.
3.5 or 4. Yeah, I would have to say I'm gonna go with a 4 also. I'm really glad you said that part about waking up to the sunrise. That was amazing, absolutely amazing. If you want to get a bed, the best bed in the whole, one of the best beds in the whole spot is on the back patio. And when we first arrived, I was just like, what are we in for? Oh my goodness. We were just literally on a patio, and there's no like mosquito netting or anything like that. But being on the beach, you really didn't need it. There was like a cool breeze. There wasn't even mosquitoes in that area.
It's really surprising.
But waking up to the sunrise at like 5, 6 in the morning, that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. You'd see like the most epic sunrises. It was insane.
Yeah, it would come up right between the palm trees, like just right at the foot of our bed, basically.
Yeah. And we were also there for the full moon, so there was just like the most amazing full moon. Just like you could see it right from the back patio area and walk out right to the grass. I took so many pictures. And so Charm, I mean, along with vibes, the people really, they really added to the charm. And I wish I knew her name. Like I said, the front desk girl, she was super funny, so that was charming. Brian
with his aloha spirit.
Yeah, that was charming. And then the fellow guests that shared our space with us, they were all really cool. We met this Austrian traveler guy we're friends with him on Instagram now, but just meeting those types of people who he's like traveling the world, and he was going to Tahiti and Bora Bora after Kauai.
We saw him on one of the trails when we were out hiking, and then we saw him back at the hostel. And we're like, hey, we just saw you out there, and we kind of made friends with him at the end of the trip there. Also, there's like a really cool bike path that runs a few miles, like right outside the back patio there. So bike access, you don't even really need a car to kind of get around if you're just looking to adventure on a budget, and just go to the hostel, rent a bike.
That's true.
And there's good surf spots up the way, there's restaurants down in town, beaches to explore, all that stuff, all within a quick bike ride, and the path is nice and accessible, so that's a plus to the whole hostel scene. Yeah,
and I did a couple of the guests, they didn't have rental cars, so I did hear them like talking and stuff, and they took the bus to like Honolulu, which is like on the north side of the island, and they walked that bike path all the way to the beach, and Kapa'a is like within walking distance. It was like 3 or 4 blocks from the hostel, so you can walk to restaurants and
the grocery store,
pretty much everything you need if you don't want to rent a car. So let's add up our total rating, and
I can't do math, so I'm guessing it was like a 3 for the first thing.
We're gonna add it up after we edit it.
3, 4, it was like 12.
I'll put like stars right here.
12 out of 20, something like
and
that.
The total overall score is, drumroll please, ding! Yay! That many stars.
So
overall, I would highly recommend it. I mean, it's hostel life. It was like $34 a night if you share a bed with someone, with your friends or your partner.
It's a good someone.
Yeah. So I think it's $40 a night if it's just you. There's plenty of rooms to choose from. There's different bed situations. There's even private rooms. There's like a room with like only 2 bunks. So you kind of have a lot to choose from. I would book the room or your accommodation or your bed at least 2 months before, 2 or 3 months ahead of time, because I did see a couple of people just walking in off of the main drag and looking for a place to stay. And the cool thing about Kauai Beach House Hostel, they were super accommodating. They fit pretty much everyone in. They had
every bit of floor space turned into a bed by the end of the night.
Yes.
They would kind of pull the mattresses out of the main walkways during the day, but when it came like that 9:30, close to the 10 o'clock lights out time, they'd drag those mattresses out, make those beds real quick, and put the little reserve tag for those people that were coming in.
Yeah. And if you're like, you just got to Kauai and you're looking for a place to stay and you haven't booked a spot, you'll take anything, you'll take anything. And even, it was amazing because even in the reception area, there's 2 couches, like those turned into beds too. I was like, wow. So overall, it was a totally amazing experience. We highly recommend Kauai Beach House Hostel. We love it. Maybe we'll go back in the future if we go back to Kauai anytime soon. But it's also a place for, it's like, not really family accommodations. It's more of a, singles or couples. So just keep that in mind when you're making your plans.
Yeah, we didn't see any kids. It was all 18 and above or whatever. I don't know if they have strict age
I don't
requirements or what it is, but it doesn't seem like it's a family
for kids.
Yeah, for kids kind of place, which makes sense. Crowded, and no one wants to be
hearing babies crying or
kids running through, tearing through all
hearing
your
babies cry.
Baby Bruno, he's a beautiful pit bull.
So that's all we have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and click the subscribe button if you guys like our channel, and give this video a like. Go ahead, click it right now. It really does help circulate the video on YouTube and get more views and everything. And you can follow us on Instagram. We will link those links below. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye.